Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, please excuse my voice. I did a lot of screaming and hollering last night as my girls went into a hostile environment versus one of our rivals and came away with a tight victory. As a matter of fact, the organization that I coached for, we went to that rival school and swept them, ladies and gentlemen. So I wasn't going to do this, not right away at least, because I wanted to enjoy the victory. Because when I looked at my phone, I was disgusted by the score of the game. But I decided to do it anyway. Came home, watched the game, and here's my 5 takeaways from the Knicks' loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks miss Mitchell Robinson already. They can't replace his defense. I like Jericho Sims. 12 points, 8 rebounds, but the Knicks cannot replace Mitchell Robinson's defense. He changes shots. He can guard in the pick and roll. He can guard on the perimeter. His length bothers centers, guards, whoever. The Knicks miss Mitchell Robinson already, and they're going to be without him for a little while. Rebounding, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks were out-rebounded 39-34. Both teams had 25 defensive rebounds. But the Atlanta Hawks had 14 offensive rebounds. The Knicks had 9. 23 second chance points for the Atlanta Hawks, 13 for the Knicks. Normally, the Knicks lead the league in second chance points at 17.8. Mitchell Robinson is sorely missed, ladies and gentlemen. Sorely missed. And that leads me to the defense. The defense has been struggling, ladies and gentlemen. They gave up 139 points to the Atlanta Hawks last night. 139 points. The last 15 games. The Knicks' defensive rating is 117.6, 23rd in the NBA. They're 7-8 in those 15 games, tied for the 15th best win percentage in the league. But that's not a good defensive rating, ladies and gentlemen. For a team that wants to pride themselves on defense, that's terrible. Terrible. Now, the offensive rating looks good, 118.1, but so what? If you can't get stops, you lose the game. I know, the best score wins, but you got to get stops. So if you score 124, but you give up 139, you lose. And it's exactly what the Knicks did. They lost. The defense is struggling, and with Mitchell Robinson being gone, how and where and when does it get better? Because I, for one, don't believe that the Knicks are the type of team that's going to outscore people on a regular basis. I don't think that's their style of game. They can put up some points, but when the Knicks score a lot of points, a lot of times they don't play good defense. That's not who this team is, in my opinion. The defense is struggling, ladies and gentlemen. They want to snap this losing streak. They better get on the ball. Bench production. Okay, there's a positive. Jericho Sims was a positive. The bench production, a positive. Because this bench had not been producing. 28 points tonight, 11 from Emmanuel Quickly, 8 from Obi Toppin, 7 from Miles McBride. Maybe it's coming along, but even still, you got to play defense, ladies and gentlemen. Got to play that defense. But Now, it could be because this was a high-scoring game. And so the bench was able to score. And the Atlanta Hawks don't play that great defense either. But at least that's something we can hang our hat on from this basketball game. The bench production. If there's something to hang your hat on. As you can tell, I'm disgusted that the Knicks lost this game. I thought it was going to be tough for the Knicks to get this win. I'm not going to lie. I said it on the game preview. But they were right there. They were down 1 going into the fourth quarter, and they collapsed. They collapsed, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? For all of you who say, I never get on Tom Thibodeau, here you go. I thought Tom Thibodeau had a very bad fourth quarter. Yes, I said it. You probably don't believe me, but I thought he had a bad fourth quarter. Check this out. At 9 minutes and 24 seconds in the fourth quarter, with the Knicks down 6, he calls a timeout. I thought it was a good timeout. Right? The Knicks had scored just a couple of points in the fourth quarter. The Atlanta Hawks were getting hot. So he calls a timeout, tries to get some things together. Brings Jalen Brunson into the game. But it doesn't change much. I don't know if he made any scheme adjustments or if he just gave him a rah-rah talk. But nothing really changed. It was a good timeout, but nothing changed. At 8:31, he goes small with Randall and Obi. Thought that was a bad substitution. Right? The Knicks needed defense and rebounding. And he goes small. Okay, Randall, give you some rebounds. And obviously, he can score the ball, and he's normally decent defender. Obi, on the other hand, no diss towards Obi. A lot of Obi fans probably listening. But he's not a particularly good rebounder or defender. So I'm a little bit confused at going small at this point in the game. Maybe he was trying to change some things up or find a spark somewhere, but I think this was the wrong move. Clearly, it was the wrong move. Mistake. Hawks go up 120-105. No timeout is called. They're up 15. No timeouts called. He had 2 left that he could use. At some point, I get it. You want your team to work through things, but the game is in the balance. At 15, with 6 minutes left, the game is still there. You got to get your troops together. You got to talk to them. You got to figure out something. Talk to your assistants. See what the stats say. See what they're seeing. Something. They make the adjustment. No timeout called, ladies and gentlemen. The run continues. As a matter of fact, he doesn't call another timeout till like 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. At this time, the Knicks were down 19 points or whatever it was, and it was pretty much out of hand. Calls a timeout, and he brings Grimes back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And so now I'm like, wait a minute. The Knicks needed defense. They needed defense. And Quentin Grimes not on the floor? I understand. I dig it. You like Quickly. Quickly is a good defender. He's not a Grimes defender. Or maybe you say, I'll put him in there instead of R.J. Barrett. I don't know, but Grimes, in my opinion, should have been on the floor. He had 10 points last night. He had one of the best. I'm not a big plus-minus guy, but he had one of the best plus-minuses on the team last night for guys who really did play minutes. I think he was a -6. You had some other guys that were like a -1, but we're talking about starters and regular rotation guys. He had one of the best plus-minuses. So it's not like he was playing a bad basketball game, in my opinion. You needed his defense out there. So in a time when the Knicks needed rebounding and they needed defense, Tom Thibodeau, remember, at 8:31 goes with Obi. No diss towards Obi, but you dig what I'm saying? Then he doesn't bring Grimes in. Grimes plays 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. And then, folks, he leaves a timeout on the table. So throughout the fourth quarter, you see this lead growing and growing and growing and growing. And you don't exhaust your timeouts to try to get the game under control. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just telling you what I see. Leaves a timeout on the table. A bad fourth quarter from Tom Thibodeau, ladies and gentlemen. Bad fourth quarter. And I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, you only point to the fourth quarter, but he does this all the time, this, that, and the third. I'm talking about this right now. Bad fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And it led, the Knicks may have lost anyway, but you got to do what you can do. You see what the result is. Got to do better, Thibs. You got to do better. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are streaky. I don't like being streaky. You win 8, you lose 5. Right? You win 3 or 4, you lose 1. Okay, you get back to winning. You win 3 or 4, now you lose 3. The Knicks are streaky. And I'm wondering, are they ever going to be able to win 5, lose 2? Win 6, lose 1. Win 3, lose 1. You dig what I'm saying? So that they can actually build upon their record. They go up and they're 5 games above 500, 6 games above 500, bam. Next thing you know, they're 2 games above 500. And I get it. This is who they are right now. They're a team that's up and down. You know what I'm saying? They're not a perfect team. They're a middle-of-the-pack team that's battling for that 6th seed. So I understand it. But if they want to get better and grow as a team, they're going to have to start to, they're going to lose games. You're going to have a streak and it's going to get cut short. But you got to start another streak back up. You can't then go on a skid. And now you play the Toronto Raptors on Sunday, and you already know what that game is going to be about. It's going to be a tough battle, scrappy battle, sort of like I had last night with my girls. We pulled it out, won by 6. Won by 5. I don't know, whatever, we won it. But the Knicks are streaky. I don't like that streaky feeling. I don't like streaky shooters. I like consistency. So I want to see if the Knicks can start to become consistent in the way that they win and lose, and I want it to be on the winning side, of course. They go on a streak, lose 1 or 2. Go on a streak, lose 1 or 2, so on and so forth. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with Mitchell Robinson out because the Knicks need his defense, They need his rebounding. They're going to have to find a way to patch up the hole, ladies and gentlemen. They got to get with it. They got to get with it. They don't want to be in the play-in, and I don't want them to be because I'm afraid we're going to face off with the Toronto Raptors in the play-in. Now, I don't want to do that. You dig? Anyway, I appreciate your time, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you have a great weekend. I may try to jump on later on tonight. It'll be late, for a couple of minutes. If not, then I'll see you Sunday for the game preview and the post-game show and all that stuff. But I appreciate your time. Be easy, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what your 5 takeaways from last night's loss to the Atlanta Hawks is. Please leave it in the comment section. All right? I'm out of here. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's... #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Knick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.